Three college kids built the weapon that broke the internet. The reason? Minecraft. September 2016. A security journalist's website is hit by the largest cyber attack ever recorded. 620 gigabits per second, a flood of traffic so violent it forced his web host to drop him entirely. The weapon had a name, Mirai. It was built not by a foreign government, not by organized crime, but by three young men in college dorms and bedrooms across America. Paris Ja, Josiah White, Dalton Norman, and their original goal was not chaos. It was Minecraft money. This is how a hustle over a video game became the botnet that broke the internet, and how it ended not in prison, but in something almost nobody saw coming. Paris Ja was a computer science student at Rutgers University in New Jersey. Josiah White was barely out of his teens in Washington, Pennsylvania. Dalton Norman was in Metairie, Louisiana. Three young Americans who met the way this generation meets. Online, in the gaming and hacking forums where cybercrime is treated like a side hustle. According to the Justice Department, in the summer and fall of 2016, White, Ja, and Norman created Mirai, a botnet that hijacked hundreds of thousands of everyday internet-connected devices and welded them into a single, obedient weapon. They did not set out to break the internet. They set out to corner a strange little market, the business of protecting and attacking Minecraft servers. But the tool they built to win that game slipped out of their hands. Chapter 1. The Kids. Paris Ja was the ringleader, a gifted, restless programmer who, prosecutors say, had already spent years attacking his own school. Between 2014 and 2016, Ja repeatedly knocked out Rutgers University's central authentication server, the gateway students used to register for classes and turn in their work. Some outages lasted for days. Ja would later admit he sometimes timed the attacks to line up with his own exams. Around him formed a small crew. Josiah White built much of the technical core, the scanning engine that would become Mirai's heart. Dalton Norman hunted the vulnerabilities that let the botnet spread further. None of them matched the Hollywood image of a master hacker. They were teenagers and college kids, competitive, entrepreneurial, and looking for an edge in one very specific corner of the internet, the world of Minecraft. Chapter 2. The Racket. To understand Mirai, you have to understand Minecraft. By 2016, a popular Minecraft server could earn tens of thousands of dollars a month hosting players. That money made them targets. A well-aimed denial-of-service attack could knock a server offline, scatter its players, and cost the owner a fortune. So an entire shadow economy grew up around protection. Companies that, for a fee, would shield your server from attacks. Prosecutors and researchers described the racket plainly. You could pay to defend your server, and you could pay to take down rivals. Ja and his partners wanted that market, and to dominate it they needed the most powerful attack tool in existence. Something that could overwhelm any target and blow past any competing protection service. They needed a bigger weapon than anyone else had, so they decided to build one. Chapter 3. The Weapon. Mirai's genius was its simplicity. Instead of hunting for sophisticated flaws, it attacked the dumbest vulnerability on the internet: default passwords. Millions of cheap internet-connected devices, wireless cameras, home routers, digital video recorders, shipped with factory logins their owners never changed. Mirai carried a short list of about 61 common username and password pairs, things like admin and root, 12345, and simply scanned the entire internet, trying them one device at a time. Every device it cracked became another soldier. At its peak, the Justice Department says, Mirai controlled hundreds of thousands of hijacked devices. In September 2016, that army turned on the security journalist Brian Krebs. Krebs reported the attack peaked at 620 gigabits per second, nearly double the largest flood his provider had ever absorbed. Days later, Mirai hammered the French hosting giant OVH with an even bigger assault. This was no longer about Minecraft. Chapter 4. The Release. By the fall of 2016, the heat was rising. Security researchers were closing in. And so, in a move that would come to define the case, Paras Jha did something both reckless and calculated. He released Mirai's source code to the public. Posting under the name Anna Senpai on a criminal forum, he dumped the complete blueprint online, a classic tactic to muddy the trail, because once thousands of copies exist, no single author can be pinned as the source. The Justice Department marks this as the moment the original crew's involvement ended. But the weapon was now loose. Anyone could build their own Mirai. And on October 21st, 2016, someone did. A massive Mirai-powered attack struck Dyn, a company running critical internet infrastructure, and took down Twitter, Netflix, Reddit, and dozens of major sites across the United States East Coast. The three who wrote Mirai did not launch that attack, but they had handed out the gun. Chapter 5. The Reckoning. The FBI was already hunting. With help from private researchers and technology companies, agents traced Mirai back to its authors. On December 8, 2017, Paras Jha, Josiah White, and Dalton Norman each pleaded guilty in federal court in Alaska to conspiracy under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Jha pleaded guilty separately in New Jersey to his years of attacks on Rutgers. And here is the twist almost nobody expects. The three did not go to prison for building the botnet that broke the internet. Instead, they cooperated extensively. They worked with the FBI on cybersecurity investigations, logging thousands of hours helping the very agency that had caught them. In 2018, the court sentenced each of them to 5 years of probation and 2,500 hours of community service, crediting that cooperation. The kids who weaponized the internet ended up working for the people defending it. Mirai never really died. Years later, its descendants, all spawned from that public code dump, remain among the most common tools in cybercrime, still scanning for the same default passwords, still hijacking the same cheap devices. The lesson the three left behind is uncomfortable. The internet's most powerful weapon was not built by a superpower. It was assembled by college kids out of millions of gadgets their owners never bothered to secure. That camera, that router, that DVR sitting in your home. Change the default password. It is the single easiest way to keep your devices out of the next Mirai. If you want more true stories decoded straight from the court records, subscribe to Cyber Decoded. Next time, the 376-byte virus that broke the internet in 10 minutes. The tiny piece of code that outran everyone who tried to stop it. Do not miss it.